Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Prime Cut. This is Lamar Gafford, and I am here. This is the first episode of the Prime Cut. We are right here live in Alexandria, Louisiana. Lots of things have happened over this past month here. I've just started a new job out here in Ellick, working with the Town Talk. Very blessed for my opportunity. Also, moving on from the Natchitoches Times. I'm very thankful for 19 months of being there, continuing to make bounds and leaps as a journalist. But hey, this is one of the things here that I'm trying to do solo as a show host on here. For those of you that may remember me, I have been on the National Sports Network on Spreaker.com. Been with Cameron Sadeghi, Robert Dieters, and everybody. But I used to have a show with my good friend Robert Brown. It was called the Gafford and Brown Show. We're still going to have that. That's not going to go away. For those of y'all that are just wondering about that. So the both of us are still going to have a show. However, this show with me, this is my baby right here, the Prime Cut. This is my solo project. I want to try to see how well can I do with being solo in this. I might have a few mistakes here and there. I might have a few stammering here and there. But I guess I got to have a feeling that we're going to have ourselves a very good time no matter what. We're going to be still on Spreaker.com radio. This is one of the places that's really helped me out a whole lot as far as helping me get my voice out here. The guys out there at the national sports, they continue to do that same thing. So we've been loyal to Spreaker. We're still with Spreaker. But the good thing is right now we have also Spreecast. This is a new thing here where Bomani Jones, he kind of uses it. A few other people use it. ESPN, they use it here and there. Cameron Sadeghi has been trying to use it with his show. So I'm kind of doing the same thing with this. People can get a chance to see my face. And also, in case if anybody wants to hop on the air as well, they can get a chance to see their faces. We can have ourselves a little, a tete-a-tete, so to say, and we can possibly try to do it that way and do everything pretty well. Have a big show for us tonight. Actually, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the untimely passing of Stuart Scott. We're also going to talk about the NFL playoffs. The NBA, what's going on right now, especially a big trade that just happened. And we're also going to talk about the NCAA football. We got ourselves a playoff right now. We got ourselves the two teams that made it to the championship game, and hopefully we can try to get some fan interaction here and there as well. So let's go ahead and let's start things off right now with some happy notes here. And this is the NFL playoffs that just recently came about. We're going to do ourselves a little recap of the games that just happened. We had ourselves 3 home teams that won. We had a road team that got a chance to win. Not too many of the games were really that close into the end, except for the Cowboys and Lions game, which that one kind of was marred a little bit by a few calls, depending on which way you look at it. But however, still was a very good game nevertheless in this one. We'll start things off though with the first game. That was between the Carolina Panthers against the Arizona Cardinals. Panthers won this one 27-16. Really took it to the Panthers early and often in this game as Cam Newton gets his first win of the season and his first win as a professional in the playoffs, while the Arizona Cardinals are basically now going to have to look at themselves in the mirror. They might have themselves a lot of changes going forward, and to see what's going to happen here. And It's pretty tough right now to be an Arizona fan. They had a pretty good season. I mean, we can't deny that right now. Anytime that you go 11-5, you start off the season 9-1. Um, you had yourself a very good season. You had the number one seed all the way until week 16 when you lost to Seattle. Um, you know, everything was going very well when they had Carson Palmer in the game. Carson Palmer kind of rejuvenated his career this season and also in seasons before. Last year, they really weren't that bad either. They were 10-6, just missed the playoffs. And a lot of people thought that, had the things go right, I mean, they still could have possibly had a chance to go all the way to maybe try to at least go all the way to the Super Bowl and play in their own home stadium, even though that is for naught now. Unfortunately, with Carson Palmer, he gets hurt. Then you go to Drew Stanton, which had done a pretty good job during the time that he was getting a chance to play, but unfortunately he gets hurt, and now you have to go with Ryan Lindley, where it seemed like he had not he was the situation for him was just so much for him. In this game alone, the Arizona Cardinals only had 8 first downs. They only had 78 total yards in this game. 78 yards, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to even cut it, especially in the playoffs here, where Carolina just ran it all up their up Arizona's throats. 188 rush yards. They also had 198 through the air passing, and they kept Cam Newton very clean throughout the game, despite both teams having 3 turnovers. Arizona was a little bit anemic out there in the game. Arizona really didn't really they had a lead in the game late in the second quarter, and actually they had a lead at halftime, but just everything just went all the way basically out there for this one. Just going to the rest of this here, for the rest of this, what's going to happen for Arizona now? They got to look at themselves a whole lot in the mirror right now. They are projected to be $6 million over the salary cap next season. It's about $7 million actually over the salary cap. 6.8, give or take a few here. So they're going to have a lot of different things. They got a lot of different questions. What is need to be asked about? What are they going to do going out and going forward? Right now, looking at it here, the main person that it really looks like there's possibly going to what they're going to have to do and see what they're going to do as far as the rest of the for free agency. Now, Larry Fitzgerald is 31 years old, 10-year pro. He's been with Arizona ever since the Cardinals drafted him 3rd in the 2004 draft out of Pittsburgh. But Fitzgerald has had a slow decline over the past couple of years, and he's right now, he's still a very good receiver when healthy, but he has to have that good quarterback out there. And if he doesn't, unfortunately, his what good is he out to be out there at? His contract is 7 years, $113 million, and he's pretty much has served about 3 years of that contract. I think he has 4 more years to go or 3 more years to go, which either or in this one. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. Now, if they cut him before June 1st, and this is based on overthecap.com, if they cut him before June the 1st, they can save him, and they can save themselves about $14 million if they cut him before June the 1st. In dead, he has $14 million of dead money, and they could save about $9.2 million of the cap savings. Now, if after June 1st, they could possibly do something like that, $16 million. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, unless he restructures his contract. Now, if he doesn't do that, then it's likely that he will be cut. Now, if he does do that, and he has been shown to be a little bit disgruntled about what's going on out there between him and the Arizona Brass, we're going to see what's going to happen here, because I still think that he has enough in the tank when healthy. He's still one of the purest receivers out there. He might not be a top 5 receiver right now, because you got Dez Bryant, Antonio Brown, Calvin Johnson, so many of these other guys that are out there, that are still out there, that are younger, that can produce a little bit better, and possibly, frankly, just have a lot more in the tank right now. But Fitzgerald is still a top 10, top 15 receiver, and I'm not going to discredit him, and I'm not going to discredit his hands. Not one bit. You're not gonna see me discredit him one bit. Unfortunately, you might have seen the last game that has ever played in an Arizona Cardinal uniform. It's unfortunate that it does go out the way, but it is the nature of the business sometimes too. So we have to see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see what does Arizona do, because right now Arizona has themselves a very decent core of wide receivers left that they have in there. They got Michael Floyd. He was from Notre Dame. He's been performing pretty well lately. I think he's still in his rookie deal. Ted Ginn Jr. has been pretty decent as a third guy, but also as pretty much a punt returner, as a special teamer. And then you also got John Brown, who has been performing pretty well ever since then as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what did they do here. This past season, Larry Fitzgerald had 63 catches. This is the lowest amount of catches that he's had since his rookie season, when he had 58. He had 784 yards. Production was not to be desired about here. 63 catches, 784 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he still can be able to produce for a team that does need a receiver. Maybe somebody like the Kansas City Chiefs or somebody like that. But we'll have to see what's going to happen to him. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be the situation here for him. What's going to be the market for him. But I would still think that the market, based on name, is probably going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen here and there. So we shall see what's going to take place here, and there's that. Next up here, though, let's take a look at what the Cardinals are. Let's take a look at